Out your name there, old friend. Big signs of Clinton weaknesses this morning. I say big signs. I want to make clear where we are in the calendar. It is still the summer of 2015. But the Quinnipiac did some polls in battleground states matching Secretary Clinton up against some of the Republicans. In Ohio, the governor, John Kasich, who's about to announce he's running for president, hasn't done it quite yet. He actually beats her in that key battleground state, and he can now crow. Republicans can't win without Ohio. Look, I can beat Hillary. Let's move on to Pennsylvania. Republicans every 4 years say, can we get Pennsylvania? Well, at the moment, both Marco Rubio and Rand Paul, I'm going to say beating. That's a statistical tie within the margin of error of the poll, but showing very competitive Clinton in the state of Pennsylvania. Then we go down to the state of Florida, and you have Clinton 47, Rubio 44. The bottom line here is that, sure, she's the prohibitive Democratic frontrunner, but a little mix of Republican strength, maybe the history that after a two-term president, the other party tends to win. This looks like a very, very competitive general election, assuming she's the nominee. If the Republicans nominate somebody, maybe I'll say it right, get out of the way, other than Donald Trump.
Right. Other than Donald Trump. I think that this poll obviously shows and reconfirms that Marco Rubio would be formidable against Hillary Clinton, at least in certain swing states. But I do think the question for Marco Rubio remains, does he have the political and operational gravitas to compete against someone like Jeb Bush? We haven't really heard any fundraising numbers from him. We've heard the $100 million figure about Jeb Bush. We haven't really heard any numbers from Marco Rubio. I think if the numbers were really strong, we would have heard something by now.
Underneath this, Olivier, is the fact that in every one of these states, these battleground states that Quinnipiac polled in, by a margin of 8 to 14%, voters say they do not find Hillary Clinton to be honest and trustworthy. And they say in every one of these states that honesty and trustworthiness of the candidate is more important to them than their positions on any specific issue.
We've zeroed in on this weakness of Hillary's before on this program, and it is actually, I think, much more important than these hypothetical matchups state by state with people who may not be the nominee, may flame out. Maybe the underlying numbers for Hillary are more problematic. I didn't see a breakdown of exactly who spoke to Quinnipiac, so it's a little bit hard for me to gauge whether these are a lot of Republicans saying she's untrustworthy, which would be sort of a no-brainer. But these are problems. She also has trouble with some of the empathy numbers, where people are not sure that they understand their concerns. Both of those are more problematic than these matchups.
And she has time, and she has